What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a wireless DMX controller to your wet par 50 par lights. Now in most wireless setups, the controller and the lights will link together through a wireless DMX code. On the controller we're using today, we can set the wireless code by using a button, and from there we can pick between the colors of red, green, yellow, blue, light blue, pink, or white. But on the lights it actually works a little bit different. So remember we talked about the U512 menu where we can set the code between U1, U2, U3, U4, U5, U6, and U7. The good thing though is that these numbers actually correspond with the color coding that the controller offers. So for example, if you wanted to pair the controller to the lights, you would set the lights to U1 for the red code. So before we go ahead and do that, there are some other steps involved. So we're first going to start by turning on the wireless DMX controller. Then from there, we're going to set the DMX code on the controller. And since we mentioned red earlier, I'm going to want to set it to red. So on the lights themselves, we can start by going to the address menu and making sure that they're all set to the same DMX address. For today, we'll use A001. The next thing we can do is go to the DMX channel menu. Now this is going to determine how much control we have over the lights with our controller. From there, we can pick between the 3-channel, 4-channel, 6-channel, or 10-channel mode, which again depends on how much control you want to have over your lights. So for the most control, we're going to set them to the 10-channel mode. The next thing we'll want to do is go to the master slave menu where we can press enter to switch it between the master mode to the D512 mode, and we'll want to set it to the D512 mode in order for the light to get into slave mode. And set it to U1 to match with the red code that we set up on our controller, but remember you can use U2, U3, U4, etc. if you want to use a different color code on the controller. You'll know that your lights are successfully paired once the LEDs underneath the display are flashing green. Lastly, on our controller, we're going to want to activate scanner 1, and now we can see what each fader does for the lights. Starting with fader 1, this acts as the master dimmer, so we can raise that all the way up for the most brightness. Next we have fader 2, which controls the strobe for the lights, but we're not going to notice anything until we set a color. Next we have channel 3 that will control the red LEDs, so if I raise that up, you'll start to see the red coming through. So now that we have a color set, we can raise channel 2 if we want some strobe, and now you'll see that the lights start to strobe. So next we have channel 4 that will control the green LEDs, fader 5 to control the blue LEDs, fader 6 to control the white LEDs, fader 7 to control the amber LEDs, and fader 8 to control the ultraviolet LEDs. The cool thing is we can play around with faders 3 through 8 to make a customized color. So I can raise a little bit of the red, a lot of the green, maybe a little bit of blue, throw some amber in there, and now you'll see we have a fully customized color. Now fader 9 will activate the different modes available on the lights, and depending on the value we set fader 9 to determines what mode the lights are set to. And we can always use the display on the controller to find out what value we're setting the faders to. So for example, if I raise fader 9 anywhere from 81 to 150, this will activate the color cycle mode, and then I can use the last fader, fader 10, to control the speed of the color cycle. So for example, if I raised it all the way up, you'll see that the colors start to cycle a lot faster. If you ever need a reminder of what each fader does in the 10 channel or any of the other DMX channel modes you're using, you can always refer to the DMX channel guide. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up a wireless DMX controller to your wet par 50 par lights. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.